For more on that tense situation in the Korea crisis, we're joined now by Christiane Amanpour, anchor of ABC's This Week. Good morning, Christiane.
Good morning, Gigi.
Well, we know, as John mentioned, that the U.S. is conducting those joint military exercises off the Korean peninsula, which always brings up, even though remote, the fear of escalation to all-out war.
I think everybody is worried about that. This is a very tense situation, but what I have heard from senior White House official I spoke to last night is, while they cannot rule out more episodes in the future, they say, they do not see North Korea on a war footing. So they don't think there is going to be an outbreak of all-out war right now. But as John said, and as everybody's been saying, the solution, they really are depending on China, and for China to be much more explicit in its condemnation, not just of the uranium enrichment, but of this strike. President Obama is planning to talk to the president of China, Hu Jintao, who is coming to the United States in the new year, and that is basically where they're putting their solution.
But it's sort of a sticks-carrot diplomatic dance on the one hand, because they want to bring pressure to bear by doing those exercises, but they also need China's help.
Correct. The exercises are designed, I'm told, not to be provocative or to signal an attack on North Korea, but to send a very strong message, not just to North Korea that South Korea is their ally, which they will defend, but also to China to say, look, this needs to be dealt with in a much more serious way. But in terms of what North Korea wants, and that's everybody's question, you heard Admiral Mullen, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, nobody quite knows. Is it because they constantly are in this sort of dance of provocation in return for awards? Is it because they want to be taken seriously as a nuclear power? Is it because the succession struggle that's underway now in North Korea, he wants to rack up some victories for his son? But what the White House is saying is that they are going to break this cycle of North Korean provocation in return for rewards. And again, the solution, they're relying very heavily on China.
But calling on South Korea to have restraint, because clearly during these successions is when it's a dangerous time on that peninsula.
Correct. And as you know, President Lee is quite robust in his condemnation and his attitude towards North Korea. But there are 20 million South Koreans. He doesn't want to provoke a war. He's got to think about that as well. So quite hard rhetoric, but the solution, again, from South Korea is not clear.
Fantastic. Well, all eyes on the Korean peninsula and the ongoing tense situation. Thank you, Christiane, for that update.